patient. Are you serious? Yeah.
Next to the Historical Society of Pennsylvania over here. I used to say it on the doors, but it no longer has a plaque, at least not on these doors. So they have two things, like an Historical Society of PA and one other thing. They're very closely related in my mind. So helicopter flying over that about a minute ago. But in Maryland's, it was Bump like quite a few years ago. I remember Bump as the, and then, right, it's been 3 things in my tenure in Philadelphia, so, but in Maryland's is the last thing it's been. So this is a regular flight path, so a lot of aircraft go northwest out of the airport, or they come in, you know, southeast from wherever they were before. There's also a special flight pattern I heard, so a lot of airplanes might have to come in at a certain angle. So I guess that's the case. I was thinking about Gene Hackman and the story that came out in the news today, which is a little odd. First thing in the morning, they kind of didn't say much. I heard that they had to get a full warrant, so they probably didn't want to make any statements about foul play or anything like that. So, and then later in the day, they came out with all kinds of stories, but the one that seems to be sticking is that the bodies were somewhat mummified and that there were pills surrounding both bodies and the dog. But there are 2 dogs that are still living that seem to be like maybe the German Shepherds. I don't know. I think it sounds like they have 3 dogs. One, so one was dead along with his wife, Betsy, and he, Arakawa, or I kind of forget how to pronounce her last name. I kind of picture it in my mind. I think it's Hawaiian. I think she's Hawaiian. I'm not positive, but there's a Japanese-Hawaiian probably situation there. So anyway, but it struck me that, you know, over the years, like, he wound up in Santa Fe, and I wondered if he's one of these people who got tired of the scene. Every special community can be like that. Even Gayborhood can be a little bit like that too. Like, after a while you get tired of the same old shticks going on. So no offense, but you know, people move on to So anyway, I wondered if they kind of got sick of the same old show, you know. After a while, when you get older, certain things can feel like just too young, like being part of the popular group, or needing to hang out and go to certain parties and events and this and that. When you get older, you just sort of don't feel like doing all that stuff. So anyway, I kind of got that feeling off of him for some reason, like just sort of not really participating in a big way in the scene, even though he was in all these movies and all that stuff. Of course, he became famous so many years ago. He's one of these actors, you can't help but love him, you know what I mean? So is over here. I don't know if that's not the same. Is that the old fuel? There was a fuel, and maybe that's the same one that used to be on Walnut near 1213. And they had like the ridiculously good sweet potato kale salad. Maybe it's the same place and they moved over here behind Shake Shack. So not sure. Target store used to be here off to the right, and there also used to be a dog grooming like in the basement of the Target store when it was here, and on across the street there used to be like a section of the juvenile family court system, some sort of thing. And anyway, I thought that was interesting, that that combination existed in the city infrastructure. Like if a city infrastructure could tell a story to people in the know up in the sky, you know, would they wonder, or would they use it as markers? And I won't get into it, you know, 'cause it's pretty bad.